Welcome back to a new installment of what I'd like to call Zay's Legendary Loadout. So in this video I'm going to be showing you guys what I think is the best loadout for the M4 and also the MP5. Now, this is all just opinion based. If you feel like there's a different loadout that's probably better than the loadout that I'm going to pick, let me know down in the comment section and maybe I'll try it out. Maybe I'll try to expose that loadout on the channel. You know what I mean? But without further ado, let's get into it. Now, when I'm picking a loadout, what I like to do is I always like to go for the perk first. Perk first. That sounds really bad. Like, get it like perk 30. Moving on. I like to use FMJ always. Then I go to my optics, and I always pick a hybrid for an assault rifle. I never pick or maybe something with a 3-time optic, like the VLK, or maybe a thermal. I'm not really prone to thermal like that. Or something with it has to be at least 3-time or higher. My personal is this one, the canted hybrid. Y'all know what that says. Y'all know I can't read. Anyway. Now you see how the mobility and control for the stats, like the mobility and the control, are really bad right now? What you always want to do is always tactical foregrip. Tactical foregrip. It increases every time. Every time. And I don't think there's a underbarrel that does as much control, that has as much control as the tactical foregrip. And it increases range and accuracy, so it's more like a 3-in-1. But now we have to focus on the mobility, because I like guns with a really fast ADS. So I like to use the Synguard Arms Invader stock. This really increases when you're walking down, like when you're walking and you're aiming at the same time. Like it says, aim and walking movement speed, AWMS. Is that what you call it? That'd be a weird name for it, but moving on. Oh wait, I didn't equip it yet. Now, one thing I always like to do, you don't necessarily have to do this, but I like to use tac laser. Lasers are really good, as you can see. ADS, aiming stability, and the steadiness of you walking is really good, but it does tend to give you a lot of exposure. See how it says laser visible to enemies? It does give you a lot of exposure when you're aiming, but that shouldn't matter if you're good, I guess. That sounded so bad, but this is what I think the best loadout for the M4 is. Don't believe me? Bet. Just watch.
How many more times do I gotta sit through that?
Moving on to the MP5. Now, this is arguably one of the best submachine guns in the game. Either this, the MP5, or the Bison. The reason why the MP5 is one of the best in the game is because of the fire rate, mobility, and control, as you can see at the bottom for the stats. Damage and range aren't necessarily the best, but what you could do to increase that is, like I said, always go to perk first, FMJ, equip FMJ, then go to your optic, and you always want to pick a mini flex for this, like the Solo Zero optics mini flex, or like GI mini flex, or Viper reflex, something with a close range sight, because the MP5 is, as you can see, it can be a far range gun if you have the proper loadout for it. So I like to pick the G1 or my favorite, the Solo Zero Optics Mini Flex. Like I said, tactical foregrip, you cannot go wrong with in terms of boosting control. If you want faster ADS and movement speed, F-Tac collapsible. And then if you want to, tac laser. And this is just my opinion on these guns. I think this right here is the best loadout for the MP5. This has, like, I'm telling you, this has boosted my KD by a lot. Even though my KD still isn't at 1 yet. That's because I try to get every gun to gold, but that's besides the point. When I first started, I used the MP5, my exact loadout, and I'd crush the game every time. Always at the top of the leaderboard. Don't believe me? Just watch.
How many more times do I gotta sit through that?
But I'm gonna get out of here. I want you guys to let me know down in the chat if there are any that you think if there are any guns that you do for the legendary loadout series. Now, certainly have upgraded all the way. Like the Bison, I got that gold. Obviously, there are certain guns that might take longer than others. But I'm gonna get out of here. See y'all next 2 days, like I always say, like I always do. But I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow, and y'all have a good one.
I just like the sound of it.